Ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh my God! How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Blake Check. So let's get right into it. I wanted to pop in and give you guys a 2-week update. So I can hardly believe it, but the delivery video that most of you have probably watched, if you haven't watched that video, by the way, check it out. It's linked in the description below. But that delivery video was almost 2 weeks ago to the day. And so after the honeymoon phase has essentially ended, I wanted to give you guys a little update, go over some of the things that I don't necessarily like so much about the car. So yeah, as a refresher, I'm currently driving our, not new, but new to me, 2018 Tesla Model 3 Performance Stealth Edition. I'll make another video in the future about what exactly a Tesla Model 3 Performance Stealth or Sleeper Edition is. I've received quite a few comments and questions about what exactly makes a Model 3 Performance a Stealth, or what the difference between a Stealth and a regular Model 3 Performance is. So that warrants an entire video on its own. So in this video, I want to go over some of the things that I don't necessarily like so much about the car, because I'm a realist. I try to be as objective as possible in my analyses on just certain topics. So I'm going to do the same for this car. So the first thing that I don't like so much about the Model 3 Performance, specifically my 2018 Model 3 Performance, is the charging setup. And I don't mean the vehicle charging, I mean the compatibility with the car and your cell phone. So let me explain myself a little bit better. In fact, I'll show you just a second.
So the older Model 3 charge port setup is just a plug-in like this, which by itself isn't a big deal. I'm not so bougie that I can't use a charge port in order to charge my phone in my car. It's just that while you're driving, it's hard to see that little charge port from your driving position. In fact, as you can see here, it takes me a few times in order to line up the phone before it'll start charging. So the solution to this is pretty simple. All you need is a wireless charger adapter. These are made by plenty of third-party Tesla accessory companies. I got this one from a friend of mine who didn't need it. His name is Dmitry. He also has a YouTube channel. I'm going to plug that in the description below as a thank you to him. This one itself is made by a third-party accessory company called Jawa. I probably mispronounced that name, but it'll also be linked in the description below. But as you can see, the installation for this product was really simple, so I highly recommend it, and it works really well. As you can see, it was really easy to set that phone on the charger, and it comes in this wood grain, which matches the dash trim really well.
So the second thing that I want to go over is another minor gripe that I have, and again, it's a minor issue, and not only that, it's already been addressed by Tesla. This again is a 2018 Tesla Model 3, and so most of these gripes that I have are exclusive to the older Model 3. It's not going to be on the newer stuff. So that's the first instance. The newer Model 3 comes with a wireless charger that's already integrated into the car. So you don't need to buy a wireless charger kit for the newer Model 3. So the second thing is similar to that. It's this piano black trim, and I'm sure you've already heard about this issue too. I personally don't dislike the look of piano black or like gloss black, but the problem is not so much the look, it's just the fingerprints. So this is that piano black center console trim that I was talking about before. And as I mentioned, I don't dislike the look of this piano black trim when it's clean. And that's the caveat. And let me give you a little demonstration of what exactly I mean. I'm just going to lightly tap here, and immediately you see the problem. Fingerprint magnet. And so for people like me who are just obsessed with keeping their car clean, this is a nightmare. So fortunately, just like the charger issue, there's an easy fix for this as well. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in just a sec. So as you can imagine, the simple fix for the piano black trim is to not have piano black trim. So for my situation where I've already got the piano black trim in my 2018 Model 3, I have the option to purchase a wrap kit for it. There's already pre-cut wrap kits that you can buy for the Model 3. Folks like I think Test Bros and other third-party Tesla accessory sellers will have stuff like this. You can even just buy normal wrap that you would, I guess, normally use for the exterior of your vehicle and just wrap the center console in that. It's a pretty smooth surface, so a normal wrap would adhere to it really easily. And there's not a whole lot of jagged lines and stuff that would make that difficult to do. I've been told that anybody can do that in their own home with minimal experience. So that might be what I do. I'm going to make a future video on that. And again, it's so simple that Tesla has integrated the fix into the newer Model 3. So the newer Model 3 does not have this does not have this gloss black trim anymore. And that was a great move on Tesla's part. I'm sure they heard the complaints from Model 3 owners. They, like me, don't like to have fingerprints all over their fancy luxury vehicle, so they went ahead and updated the trim. I love that Tesla listens to their customers like that, and they integrate these solutions into their vehicle updates. Alright, so the last first world problem that I want to talk to you guys about today concerning my 2018 Model 3 Performance is the manual trunk latch. So I'm sure you guys are all aware, it wasn't until the mid-2020s, so last year, that Tesla introduced an automatic trunk latch to their economy car. I say that with quotations because all of Tesla's products are luxury vehicles, so I guess I should refer to the Model 3 and the Model Y as just the more economic luxury option in Tesla's lineup. So the Model S and the Model X both came with automatic trunk latches. The Model 3 and Y up until 2020 did not have those. So that is just, again, a first world problem because all you have to do is reach your hand up, and really once you start to bring your hand up like halfway, the trunk goes the rest of its way by itself. So my problem isn't so much the manually having to open the trunk, but instead it's whenever you bring the trunk back down, you end up with fingerprints all over the trunk of your car. So I find myself like every time I open the trunk or close it, just because I'm so crazy about keeping my car spotless, coming after myself with a microfiber towel and just wiping off fingerprints. But yeah, that's just a minor gripe. And I should also point out that there are companies that will sell you or install for you automatic trunk latches and retrofit them to your older Model 3s like mine. Well, yeah, I think that's going to do it for today's video. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of an update after 2 weeks of ownership of my dream car. Everything that I've put out there so far has been just like, oh my gosh, on cloud 9. I love this car. It's been euphoria. But I wanted to be transparent as possible and go over some of the things that I don't necessarily love about the car. And as you guys saw, all of those things were super minor. They've already been addressed by Tesla, and they're easily fixed by vehicle owners. And I really had to fish for those things, because just to be completely honest with you guys, this car so far has just been perfect. It's been everything that I could have possibly imagined and more. So just want to continue to bring you guys along for the journey. Thank you so much for your support. I want to invite you guys, if you haven't already, to like, comment, and especially subscribe to the channel, because I'll be doing more videos in the near future. I've already mentioned in this video that I want to do a full review on the Tesla Model 3 Performance Stealth Edition. When I was buying this car, I looked on YouTube and online for information about what was called the Stealth or Sleeper Model 3. And there wasn't a whole lot of information about it, so I think I have a huge opportunity to share more about this car with you. And in addition to that, being that this is a performance-oriented car, there's just endless possibilities of what we can do with it in the future. So I hope you'll subscribe so that you can come along with me on that journey. But until next time, this has been Blake Check, and that's a wrap.